on, fellow junkies? Horror Junkies 519. Call 13th coming at you again today, you guys. And I'm coming at you ready to rock and roll with another video, you guys. I think I'm a day late. I usually like to pump one out a week, but I've been a very busy boy. Like in the last couple of videos I've been telling you guys, I am back in school. I'm going through an anthropology class right now. Just one, but I'm still working a full-time job and doing school. Trying to keep, the wife happy, trying to make sure I keep my viewers happy as well. So you guys, I am going to try and keep up the best I can. But right now, while I'm in school, it's got to take priority over a couple things. But I want you guys to know that I'm never going to be gone. I will be here. I'm just going to try and pump these out as I can. If you guys follow me on this channel, you guys know that I posted a little something that I was going to come to you and do a video either Monday or Tuesday. Here we are on Tuesday, you guys. I'm going to pump one out, and let's get this rocking and rolling, you guys. I mentioned a little bit that I wanted to do something Leatherface-esque. So just to go ahead and get right into this, you guys, I am going to be reviewing my final Leatherface mask that I bought for my birthday, I believe it was. But not the final one I'll ever get. I know that Trick or Treat Studios is discontinuing these masks, so the next couple ones I want to get are going to be a little bit harder, but I guarantee you I'm going to get those masks. So yes, I am going to go ahead and do a Leatherface mask today. I am going to get back to the Michael Myers masks that I have not done a solo review for. By request of a viewer, I will get to that. But I wanted to pump this one out real quick because I've been looking at it and just thinking on it for quite a while. So I'm ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys are ready to check this thing out. So let's just do it. Alright, you guys. So what I'm going to be going over today, you guys have probably seen my Leatherface 1974 killer mask. You have seen my part 2 mask, and you've seen my remake mask. And if you haven't, go ahead and check those out. They are actually just as good as this one's going to be. Alright, here we go. So today I will be going over the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3 Leatherface mask. And this is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. So go ahead and get a good look at this, you guys. I have looked at so many different pictures of this mask. And, I've watched a few reviews, and, I definitely say that some of the reviews I've seen, I'm a lot happier with my mask. Definitely with these blood marks and stuff like that. Some of them look like they have, very distinctive, fingerprints on them. So they kind of didn't take a lot of care in making, them just look like blood marks. But overall, this will not resemble a lot of the pictures that you see on Google or whatever, however you guys look at your images, because the overall mask in the movie is a lot darker than this. Of course, you can go ahead and do some painting on it, kind of make it look a little more dark, a little more gritty. But I think overall, like I say about a lot of Trick or Treat Studios masks, this is a great start as far as a Part 3 mask, unless you want to go completely with someone who makes them, like a custom work one. That's going to be a lot more expensive, but I highly respect Trick or Treat Studios for giving us something great for the price point. So go ahead and get right into this, you guys. We do have a lot of molded stitching. This across the forehead is just painted in. This across the nose is painted in. This on the cheek is painted in. But I don't really mind the painted in stitching, and if you want to know why, definitely watch my Leatherface or Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 mask review, because kind of the more real stitching you do, it can be a little more difficult to kind of get what you want. But for you guys that do like the real stitching, we do have some down here on the neck. You can see behind here that does have the cord just like it did in the Part 2, but the Part 2 was way more abundant. But one thing I do want to say, from the images I've looked at, all this, different colored patchwork is there. It's just all of this is way brighter than the actual mask. Because if you look at Part 3, it is a very dark and dingy mask, which is fine because it gives a good look of rot. So my recommendation for this mask, honestly, is to give it a good dark coating, maybe a black wash, maybe even a brown wash would be even better. And I think you'll have something a little more resemblance of that. But you got to realize you're going to darken this blood as well, which I think is really kind of cool that the blood looks as good on this copy as I think it should. Because that was one of my big concerns getting this one. That's one of the reasons why sometimes I wait a little longer, because sometimes they perfect them as they are getting making more of them. The earlier ones kind of looked a little bit rough. But we do have the little cheek tattoo on here. That's a little cheeky, which is I'm not trying to be ironic because it's on a cheek, but it's not really movie accurate. They could have put in a lot more better detail into that. But one thing I absolutely love about this mask is it's another skin mask. Like, they don't have the mouth in here, kind of like they do on the Part 2 and the 74 Killer mask. So I like when they do just a skin mask, you know, and you fill in the rest. I like that a lot. The hair on this, I think, is actually really cool. I think it's, I love that it's long because that way I can cut it to the right length of the movie. And I think it's fine. Like, you know, I think as you paint this mask or whatever you're going to do to it, it's going to grime up the hair a little bit more, which is going to add a lot more definition to this mask. One of my really big gripes about this mask is as you kind of move the hair forward, it has a big old bald spot up here. And, I mean, it's just the way they punch the hair in. One thing I really think Trick or Treat Studios should get into doing, well, first of all, we need to get more hair up here on the top. There's just too big of a spot where it is, you know, where it's not covered. But, you know, like, if you have the mask like that, it's covered. But, you know, in the movie, he doesn't really wear his hair like that. I mean, see, even like that, it's still a little thin. But, like, Leatherface wears his hair, like, kind of in his face in this movie. And so that's when you get the bald spot. So that's going to be one of my big gripes. But back to what I was saying, something Trick or Treat Studios should definitely get into doing, and I don't think it should cost that much more, is, you know, paint the scalp where the hair is going to go the same color as the hair. I mean, I would if this was brown, it wouldn't show up as bad. Of course, it's probably still going to show up as a bald spot, but I have a feeling just like, you know, quick glances or whatever, I just think it would be a lot better. Like, they should do that with the Michael Myers, they should do that with all of them, because they're never probably going to get to the point where they perfectly hair these things, and so I just think they should cover up their, their not misconception, that's not the word, just cover up kind of some of their imperfections. And I just think that would go a long way with us. And like, so for some people that do love Trick or Treat Studios, you know, they want to support them. And I'm one of them, you guys, but I will call them out on the bullcrap. Like I'm saying, this bald spot, that is terrible. And I do plan on painting this, just not in my current situation with me doing school and work and all that other fun stuff. But, you know, going back to looking at this thing, I think the sculpt is really great. I think they do capture the look of Leatherface Part 3. You know, played by R.A. Miloff. I think this mask looks really good. It's just, it's got a few things that don't match up to the movie. Like, this is way too bright for the Part 3. That one is way darker. I think the stitching is just fine, just being painted in like that, but you could definitely paint it in a little darker. I think would be fantastic. And, I mean, overall, I really do like this mask. I do have my gripes about this hair, though. I like the hair overall. You know, it's very mankindish from WWE, if you want to go that route. But, you know, if they would have just covered up this spot a little bit better, I mean, everywhere else looks good. I don't know if this is movie accurate or not, but this, like, gaping, like, thing in between, this is, like, the lip of the mask, and this is his head. I don't think that's in the movie. I get that, like, his hair probably covers it up, but that's a little bit of an eyesore for me. This probably being the worst Leatherface mask that I've gotten so far, but I still like it. You know, I do enjoy this mask. Like, I think, like I've been saying, good things, but, you know, it does have some bad things. The bald spot, you know, just a pretty terrible representation of the tattoo on his cheek. And then, like, you know, this painted stitching can be an eyesore to some people, but that stuff doesn't bother me as much. I'm really digging it, and like always, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and try this on right in front of you guys so you can see it in action. I hope you guys are ready. Are you ready? Alright, you guys, and you know, I love paper towels as mask holders. I think they're the best. Let's go ahead and take the chain and the hat off, because that's going to do just fine for me. Alright, you guys, and before I go anywhere, this is like what do I want to say? A 3/4 mask is what I think they call it. Like, you know, it's a full face, but the back doesn't go all the way down. All it does is just house the hair, and then that's all. It just, so the back is not fully covering the back of your head, which is okay. I mean, because the hair is going to cover it, but, you know, even if you cut it to the proper length, I think it'll still cover it. So it might be a gripe, and it might not be. It just kind of depends on what your gripes might be. Alright, you guys, here we go. Leatherface Part 3, Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13 style. I have not put this on in like a good couple months. So, you know, you got to start off a little bit like Kane, like from WWE, for you WWE fans out there. and then, you know, his music hits, and he just, So, now that I'm like, I look like Chris Farley from Wayne's World, I think Wayne's World Part 2, when he's trying to be the stagehand. I feel like that a little bit, even though I think he's a little bit more of a blonde hair. The hair can be a little bit cumbersome, not cumbersome, but, you know, get in your face a lot. But, I mean, that's kind of how Leatherface rocked it. I mean, this is just too much of a mane. If you cut it down more towards just right at the shoulders instead of like them draping over the shoulders, I think you'll be in business, you know? And you just gotta rock out a little bit with this, right? Just like that. Maybe she's born with it, maybe she's not. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know how the commercial goes, but that's how I feel in this mask. I feel just as pretty as anybody else. So, the fit, you know, I have like a 23, a little bit over a 23-inch head, and this fits pretty good. I mean, it's not like tight like some of the Michael Myers masks, but it's got a good fit to where, like, you know, my mouth goes through this mouth hole perfectly. My eyes kind of look just right there. I really enjoy the fit, even though it's just a half and quarter mask. I think it does the trick, you guys. I do enjoy it, but I do have a lot of gripes about the hair, just that big old bald spot. You know, if Leatherface was going bald in Part 3, then it'd be perfectly fine. Alright, you guys, so that is the look of this mask on. So let's go over kind of the basics like I always do, you guys. The mold on this, I think it looks great. The coloration is all wrong. You're not gonna get anybody super stoked about this mask with this coloration. So I definitely do want to see people, like, you know, darken this up a little bit, make it look a little more screen accurate. But like I said, I do believe Trick or Treat Studios does some good work as a starter mask. Like, this is a great starter mask. This will put you on your way to kind of what you're looking for. You know, just, you know, give some love and give some work to it, and I think it could be really great. So, overall sculpt, I think it's really great. I'm pretty happy with it. It gives the whole appearance of Part 3, but like I said, the color is really bad. On my copy, the blood marks are pretty decent. I'm happy and satisfied with that. I have seen some masks that they look pretty rough, like with the legit fingerprints going across the forehead. I have seen. You know, the hair, I love the abundance of the hair. I just wish, like, you know, they continued it to the top of the head. Like, I mean, I might be able to even rehair that myself, just this little spot. But I'm also thinking about, you know, just painting in between it, like, because that'll help kind of give the hair that grimy look of the hair that he has in that movie, because he's a filthy bastard in Part 3. So I think that would kind of, you know, help me in the long run if I were to paint the scalp, you know, brown, you know, just cover up the bald spots, but also kind of give the hair that grimy look that we're expect from Leatherface, because he's not a clean-cut guy in any way, shape, or form. So I'm going to go ahead and review this bad boy. So out of 10, what would I give this guy? Probably one of the lowest reviews I've given in a while. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6, but just because the biggest is the hair. Like, I love the hair overall, but that is pretty unforgivable. And like I said, there's ways to fix it, but I know I got to put the time and effort into it, which I don't have right now because I'm going to school. You know, this is not going to be something for everybody. A lot of the reviewers that I've seen don't give this mask a lot of credit, and I understand why, and I'm not trying to make them change their mind, but I really just feel like right there, I mean, it just looks really good. Like, you know, if you don't see the top of the head, it really has a fun, dangerous look to it, as a mask could. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10, you guys. A pretty low review for me, but you got to understand what I'm coming from and what I'm looking at. I think it is overall a good mask, but it just needs some TLC. Like, give it the time and give it the effort, and I really think you could be happy with this mask. For some of you guys just want to buy them and not put any love or care into them, and I understand that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this review on Trick or Treat Studios, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3 Leatherface mask. I hope you guys enjoyed this, you guys. This is currently my last Leatherface mask that I'll be doing until I get the rest of them. And so I hope you guys will join me again. I will be decking out some Michael Myers here soon, so I hope you guys will come back for me on that. I'm still going to go ahead and give this mask a solid, because like I said, I do enjoy it, I don't hate it, and it's going to stay in my collection as is until I can paint it. So that's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 509 signing out just until next time, you guys, and you already know it, I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer. And you guys, please, have a killer day. And I hope you guys continue to follow me, you guys. I promise to keep pumping out videos as often as I can. Let me know what you think of this mask personally, and maybe I'll change my mind. You guys have a good one.